two things led to off-road racing. The first thing was that I was doing track racing for a couple of years. And to an extent, it was getting a bit boring. Same tracks, you know, Pekiso, which is in Welkom, or Cape Town, or you know, Swartkops or Kailami and stuff like that. You know, get the same track, same kind of guys. You know, it was it was getting a bit monotonous. Also, the 94 challenge at the time were maturing. Some of the guys were falling out. The cars were getting old and so forth. So it was dying a natural death. It was getting old, and then I was looking for something else. And then, you know, by hook or by crook, I was introduced to Terence Marsh from Redline Motorsport, and I called him up and I said, well, I got your number from someone. I'm interested in off-road racing. I've heard about it. You know, what can you tell me? He said, well, if you can come on Sunday, we're having a client there on Sunday. Come to Bobsfontein. We have a test track there. I'll take you for a spin in the car. So Sunday morning I arrived, once again not knowing much about motorsport or off-road racing or nothing at all. Here I met this tall guy, you know, Terence, that talks a lot, you know, great guy, great personality. Met him. He said, well, jump in the car with me, you know, strap you up, put on your helmet, and he took me for like a hot lap, you know, 5-6 kilometer track they had around the Millie field, you know, and I climbed out of that car and I said, where do I sign, you know? And literally the next week I bought my race car, you know, off-road racing, and that's where it started. I just fell in love with the sport. I think like 94 was instantly, off-road racing was instantly, and what I like most about off-road racing is just the variability. Nothing is consistent, you know. For every minute, where track racing could be faster, definitely much faster, much higher speed, but it's much more predictable. Where off-road racing, every corner is different because you don't know. It's not like rally where you've got a road book and you know exactly what the corner is doing. Off-road racing is fairly blind in terms of you've got a navigator, he's got a road book, and he's got a GPS. You know the track. He knows we're going left in front, but you've got no idea what kind of left is it. You know it might be a 45 or a 90 degree. The GPS will tell you that, but you don't know what trees are there. Is there any rocks on the outside or on the inside? So you got to work with everything that you see. So it's constantly changing. So I love the changing environment. You know. And you got to be on the tip, you know, you really be on the edge all the time. So if you race 300 kilometers, you're on the edge for 300 kilometers. There's almost no letting up. When it's long and straight, then we're going fast, and then you really got to look out not to make a mistake. If you make a mistake at high speed, you know, you lose the car at 180, you know, a lot of stuff goes wrong. And when it's technical and lots of turns, you really got to watch out. How quickly can you check the corner? Is there a rock on the inside? I mean, my first off-road race I did, 10 kilometers into the race, I hit a rock on the inside and we flipped the car, you know, because I was trying to cut the corner. You know, you don't see the rock, hit the rock, flips the car, you know. There, 10 kilometers in the race, I was lying on the roof, you know, so yeah, lots of variability.